I wanted to speak to someone with a little authority around here. And I understand you're in charge of this department. Is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Good. I always say if you want something done, you have to go straight to the top.
Well, what is it you'd like to have done?
Well, that Dr. Dante who works for you, I'm afraid she's put me on a very arbitrary diet.
Well, it isn't arbitrary at all. Dr. Dante is an excellent doctor, and she doesn't order things like this without good reason. Now, you're here so we can run a series of tests and try to come up with an accurate diagnosis of what's bothering you. The diet is an intricate part of those tests.
I see. Well, if you say so. You are the head of the department, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Well, I just wanted to be sure.
You know, all we ask is your cooperation. It's for your own good, you know. Would you take Mrs. Bradley to the hematology lab now, please?
Thank you so much for taking such a personal interest in my case, Dr. Streeter. I feel better already.
What are you doing on this floor?
I'm the relief nurse for OB-GYN. Two of your nurses are out sick today.
Oh, I better warn you. The patient here in 513 is a little imperious, a little strong-armed.
Oh, dear.
Audrey, it's Tom. I just want to let you know I'm back in the hospital. No, I had to take Tommy out of school early. He's sick again. Look, I can fill you in if you've got a couple of minutes. I'm in the lounge. Can you meet me? Okay.
There you are, back home, safe and sound. I told you I'd get you back safely.
Thank you for being such a nice escort.
Well, it was my pleasure. We had a much better outing today than we had yesterday. You didn't wince quite so much.
I think I'm toughing up.
Well, look at this. Did anybody ever tell you that you have fantastic taste in engagement rings?
You like that, do you?
Yes, I do. I'm sure you've noticed that the whole hospital is commenting on it.
Well, I guess it's very nice to have the majority on your side.
You know, I stopped by that same jewelry store this morning, and they have a perfect matching wedding band to go with this. And I thought since you're getting out tomorrow, well, you might like to have that companion piece to take home with you. How about if I pick it up and bring it to you? On approval, of course.
Oh, sweetheart, thank you. But don't you think it might be a better idea if we waited a bit until I can go there with you and we can pick it out together?
Okay, if that's what you want. Look, I better be getting back to work. I'll see you soon. Adam, yeah, this is Rick. When you have a minute, could you stop by my office? It's about Leslie. Thanks.
Teacher called and said he wasn't feeling well and thought I should come and pick him up. So I did, and he's home now with Mrs. Levick.
Well, what's wrong with him? He seemed all right last night.
It's the same old complaint. Pains in the chest.
Well, there was certainly nothing wrong with him at dinner last night. I mean, he had 2 helpings of everything.
Oh, I know, and he slept like a log. But when he woke up this morning, he said his chest was hurting him and he didn't want to go to school. He asked me to call you, and I refused. I told him he had to go to school and to stop the nonsense. But we're back to square one.
Oh, dear. What are we going to do with him? I mean, it can't go on this way.
I know. We both know it's psychosomatic, but that doesn't seem to solve the problem.
Well, you've certainly done everything you could. I mean, even to suggesting that he move back with me.
Yes, but he didn't seem to want to do that, or at least he didn't tell me that he did. You know, but I still think I'm right, Audrey. I think he needs you. Maybe he's afraid of hurting my feelings. I don't know.
No. I don't think he really wants to come back with me.
Well, I don't think he knows what he wants. I mean, at home just now, he asked me if I could ask you to come by and see him after work.
Oh, yes, of course I will.
Look, Audrey, I hate to keep him put. Maybe if you ask him about moving back with you, he would admit that he wants to. I swear I'd rather give him up than have him be miserable with me.
I know. I will talk to him and try and find out what it is he really wants.
Adam, that was fast. I didn't mean for you to drop everything and just come running.
Oh, I wouldn't have known that from your phone call. What's the problem?
Well, I've been trying my best to get Leslie to pick a date for our wedding. She keeps resisting. I'm just afraid that, well, somewhere along the line, she's decided that I'm partially responsible for the loss of the baby. And since you're her doctor of record, I was wondering if she had indicated anything like that to you.
No. No, she hasn't.
And I just can't figure out what it is. I mean, before this accident, we were as close as to being happy. We were making plans, and now it's like there's some giant wall between us.
Well, frankly, I've been a little concerned about her mental attitude myself.
Really? On what basis?
Well, I know she's been depressed. But I thought it was because she was blaming herself for having lost the baby. Steve Hardy doesn't agree, by the way. He thinks she's resisting help because she's a proud woman, and she wants to shoulder things by herself.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's it. I can't tell you how many times that I argued her into letting me help her. But if that's the way she feels in this situation, I really think she's being foolish.
So do I. After all, if you can't share things with a man you're going to share your life with. I know that you're in no position to challenge her on that attitude, but I am. I think that's exactly what I'm going to do.
You wanted to see me?
Yes, I did. You know we have a bypass scheduled for tomorrow morning.
I've already run the procedure on it.
Oh, good. I'm going to need a little extra help on this one. I was wondering if you would fly this patient for me post-op. Would you mind?
Oh, not at all. Are you going to be tied up with something?
Yes, I have an errand to Mercy to run. I have to take Leslie home and see that she gets settled in.
I see. Yeah, I should have realized, I guess.
You know, I heard from your old boss, Jack Perlman, today.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
How is he?
Well, he's flying in tomorrow. He wanted to know how things were going here in his old department of cardiac surgery.
Does that mean he's coming back to the hospital?
Well, I suppose if he's feeling better. You know, Jack's not much of a believer in retirement.
Well, does that mean I might be put back on his service?
Well, I don't know, Monica. I didn't get a chance to talk to Steve or Perlman. I just got the call a couple of minutes ago.
Well, I hated if that happened, Rick. You don't know how much working with you is meant to be. I don't want to go back with Perlman.
Hey, don't get ruffled about it just yet. We don't know... Excuse me, just one second. Dr. Weber. I did. You see, my fiancée is coming home from the hospital tomorrow. I'd like to pick up that wedding ring that I saw this morning. Bring it to her so she can take a look at it on approval if that can be arranged.
Audrey, hi.
Diana, how are you feeling?
I'm crushed. I feel like a steamroller's just run over me.
Because of Mike.
Hmm? It just seems so unfair. I mean, not just for Peter and me, for Mike. He's been in and out of foster homes for so long, and he's tried so hard to fit in and find a place for himself. And we promised him that we would never let him go. He must feel so betrayed.
But there was nothing you could do. It was out of your hands.
A 9-year-old kid cannot understand that. You know, he stood in the doorway with his suitcase, and he looked so forlorn and with so much despair. And Martha doesn't understand why he's gone. I can't tell her. I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. How can I tell her?
Diana, I know it's terribly unfair to all of you, but at the moment, there is nothing you can do, is there?
That's just what I told Peter. You know something? I suddenly don't buy that. I'm not going to accept this without a reason. I'm going to go to the agency and make them tell me why.
I don't know what to do without Clarence. He's my whole life. How could I live without him?
Look, there's no reason for you to even think about that, Mrs. Bartell. Now, your husband came through surgery in fine shape. We're keeping him in recovery for a couple of hours to monitor his condition. Now, I'll take you to the visiting lounge on 6, and you can wait there. I'll let you know the minute he's taken back to his room.
Will I get to see him then?
Absolutely. I'll take you to him myself. Oh, good. I was hoping I'd find you. I need your initials on a couple of things here.
I just got back. What do you need?
Here and here. What were you looking at when I came in?
Oh, invisible things.
Oh, maybe you ought to be working in ophthalmology.
Or lying in the nostalgia ward. No, I was just thinking about this old office and all it's meant to me.
Oh, thanks. Well, what, are they going to board it up?
Well, no, but if the hospital board approves my promotion, I'm going to be moving out of here, and it's Perlman's office.
Feeling nervous about being on foreign soil?
Oh, no, it's not completely foreign to me. I mean, after all, it was P.R. Namus before Perlman came. And way back, it was my father's office. It's almost like it's a family heirloom that's just been waiting to be handed down to me.
It means the world to you, doesn't it, Rick? This promotion.
Well, I hate to say it, just in case it doesn't happen, but yes. Yes, it does. And I want this more than I've ever wanted anything in my life. You know, the first time I was in that office, when it was my father's, I was about 12 years old. And he'd just gotten off the phone. He'd been talking to a heart surgeon from Boston. This other heart surgeon had told him a very excited story about the first pacemaker they used to generate energy.
Really?
Oh, yeah, it was so exciting. I think it was that moment that I decided I was going to be a heart surgeon. Just like my father. It seemed like there were so many miracles waiting to be performed. But not in my wildest fantasies did I ever dream I'd be sitting at that same desk someday, the chief of cardiac surgery. It's almost too good to be true.
Oh, Rick.